In this lesson, we cover Redshift IES Light. IES Light is a photometric light that contains the distribution profile for the light by manufacturers. Basically, using this light type, you can resemble lighting fixtures and produce complex distribution patterns without having to model the fixture or, the lamp itself. We can start IPR to see what we have in the scene. I have these recessed lights in the ceiling with a white incandescent redshift material applied to them, and what we are trying to do is to create our IES light based on the position of those recessed lights, so right under them. I also have these 3 spherical area lights hanging from the ceiling. We can turn them on and off to see what they do, and also the dome light, which gives us the outside lighting. You can add an IES light right from the Redshift menu. Now let's try to put the light just slightly under this lamp and make sure the IES light is just right under the recessed light, and make sure the Z-axis of the light looks down. The first thing you need to do is to define the IES file or that specific distribution pattern of light that you are interested in. So click on this browse button in front of the IES profile to define the IES file. You can simply Google IES files and download thousands of free IES files from manufacturers' websites and use a simple software like Photometric Viewer to actually see how they look before using them in Redshift. In this case, I have provided 2 IES files that you can find in your project files text folder. For starters, let's use this complex IES file, which, as the name suggests, it has a bit more complex distribution pattern compared to this simple one here. We probably need to increase the brightness of the light. Let's increase the exposure to around 5 or 6. And now we start to see the pattern, this very nice and intricate light distribution thanks to the IES profile. You can rotate the light and point it to any direction that you want. IES lights have similar options to other lights. You can change the color of the light using color or temperature mode. And control its brightness using intensity and exposure. If I turn off my sphere lights and unhide this sphere under the IES light, you notice IES Light tends to cast a very sharp shadow. To get softer shadows, simply go to the Details tab and under the Shadow section, increase the softness. For now, let's set it to 0, hide the sphere, and turn on the sphere lights. For the final render, let's change this complex IOR and use the simple IES profile that we had and set its exposure to around 4 maybe. Now select the IES light and start instancing it in the scene under other recessed lights. Now let's wait a few moments to see what we get. Cool. So in this lesson, we learned about Redshift IES Light. See you in the next one.